Ready? Ready, Kang?
Yep. What are we going to talk about?
I think we're going to talk about the story of the song Howard
Oh.
and how it pertains to Hog Farm.
Okay. So, many years ago, I can't remember what festival it was. I think it was like Earth Dance or like one of the like, they used to, I can't remember what it was. It might have been Earth Dance. And they had festivals that went up there, up to the Hog Farm Family Picnic. And I was up there one year. And I think it was the first time I'd gone up there. And I ended up like walking around the woods late one night. We weren't playing music or anything, we were just hanging out. And I ended up walking around the woods and somehow, I don't even exactly remember, I think I got a hold of a mushroom chocolate or something, and I ended up like eating a bunch of these mushroom chocolates and then just sat there, and for a while, the music was over at that point, and I was just cruising around in the middle of the night, and then I found this guitar, and me and this guy were like sitting around like playing guitar and just chilling for a while. And after a while, like he left and I was still pretty high, and so I ended up just like kicking it for a while, and I had this guitar in my hand and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a freaking crazy like weird song. And I just started like playing random chords and kind of like playing it out in my mind. And I didn't really care like what key it was in, I didn't really care where it went, but I just started, it was literally like full on stream of consciousness, just like chord playing. And then I ended up kind of like after a while I'd be like, all right, that sounds good. Oh, and this part sounds like it could maybe go into it, even if it has nothing to do with the other part. And along the way I was like, you know, I was sitting there going like, well, you know, what am I gonna name this thing? And first I didn't have any lyrics or anything, I didn't have a melodic concept or anything. But I was sitting there going like, oh, you know who would really be a good collaborator on this? This would be like the perfect Keller Williams tune. And so I kind of like ended up, I didn't write it down, I didn't record it. This is before like anybody had like home recording devices. I just sat there and I just remembered it. And then I don't even know, actually I didn't even send him the music because, you know, I didn't have a way to record or anything, but I totally remembered this thing. And so after I got done with the festival that weekend, I wrote Keller and I was like, hey Keller, I've got this idea for a song. And for some reason, while I was like sitting there tripping, I was like, oh, I'm at the hog farm. Let's write a song about a pig and let's call him Howard. And that was literally like the kind of birth of this character. I had no idea why his name was Howard. I had no, it might have been partially because like I was thinking maybe Howard the Duck, I don't know. It was just like this random like stream of consciousness kind of like going on in my brain. And I had a melody, I had a kind of like a melodic like idea going on, and I had some chords, and I didn't even send Keller the chords, but I was like, this is the story. This pig ends up at the Hog Farm Family Picnic. It was like some kind of like, you know, hog farm event, and has this mystical adventure and goes off, and kind of like that's the basic, you know, kind of the genesis of the story. So I wrote him an email, I was like, can you just write something, whatever comes to your mind, and whatever comes to your mind, send it back to me. And Keller, being Keller, ended up just scribbling down a bunch of lyrics, and there was no editing, there was no like, oh yeah, this is gonna work there. It was literally like, all right, I'm gonna make those words fit in this song. And that was it. And so, but you know, as the years progressed, like the band would try to play and be like, this makes no fucking sense at all. This song is like out of left field. And so, and it's still kind of like that, but now it kind of makes sense because we played it enough now. We're like, all right, well, this kind of makes enough sense that we're gonna play it, and it's turned into one of those old school cheese classics. So there it is, the birth of Howard.
How weird.
Very.